Rewind. Activating the camera there. Round two. Let's try this. Juanito, Chiro Sounds, Monisha, Crazy Javier. What is up? I guess y'all are up. Triops. Cheers. All right. Well, on the intro drop there, I was coughing in the background. Yeah, my throat's still a little bit irritated. Not sick though. I think it's the some of the smoke and pollution out there. So been staying hydrated. Great to see you as well. Area 50, Juan. The Juan. You know, there's another Juan out there. I don't know if you follow him, but you should check him out. Juan on Juan podcast. Haven't seen him live lately, but it's probably on other platforms. But he puts on a good show. Floridians, I think. Hope everyone is well. How's everyone doing? Checking to see how fast this chat is. I think it takes a little second for me to be able to scroll. It's Saliman. Good to see you, Virgin. Diesel, salute. What's popping? Holding it down out east. You getting snow out your way, man? You get snow? I don't know if I've seen snow in your videos. And if you do you go out in the snow? You know, Blazer, I don't think I seen Blazer today, but you'll see Blazer sometimes in the chat here. And he found some prints in the snow just recently. What's up, Juliana? I see you just left the name. I seen your video earlier. Yeah. Good to hear from you as well. Holding down the farm thugging. Hashtag farm thugging. Minimal snow, 14 degrees right now. Ooh. And do you go out in the snow? I'm sure you do. Dragonfly, 3 a.m. All is quiet in the house. Not in the chat. Chat seems alive tonight, which is cool. Another day, yes. And we survived it. Yeah, things have still been kind of weird out here. I haven't kept up with some of the latest news. Trying to think of anything that stood out today. I was pretty busy. We went live at the shop, showing off some of the gear there. That's always fun to be able to bring y'all along throughout the day. Um, yeah, it's always interesting over at the shop. Something's always happening. Yeah, next door they got some more work done, which is great. And sounds like we might have the same muralist back, our boy Butcher. he might come chop it up and do his thing there. So fingers crossed still. Juliana, or I should say, on to tomorrow. Yeah, here we are. Our Australian friends could tell us about tomorrow. Sometimes they pop in. We'll see who shows up tonight. And how's the weather been up there, Juliana? Haven't haven't paid attention. It was nearly 80 degrees down here today. Can you believe that? It was in the high 70s. I think it was 78. Let's see if I could show that. I took a screenshot. All right. Yeah. Diesel gets in the snow. He melts it. Right on. Sasquatch hideout. See if that shows. See that 78 in Boyle Heights, which is the city next to ours, next to East LA there. Boyle Heights is always hot for many reasons, but geez. Tasmanian friends are more in the future with the time zone. Yeah. I have a few friends from there. Yeah, man. Yeah, they tap in. And Area 51, hope you're feeling better. You sounded like you were in bad shape a couple days ago. Night, welcome. Baby lambs, loving it. 100. Sea trailed all day. Geez, rain forecasted next week. Yeah, of course, right? Yeah, same thing for us down here. They've been back at it. And yeah, they were saying something about some precipitation for the Palisades. And so, with that, Malibu is famous for their slides and all that. So we get rain, I would imagine wouldn't be good if it gets a lot of rain and we might have those situations. And Juliana Humboldt is known for the slides up there too, right? Or just NorCal. But I remember, yeah, a lot of the slides happening. We used to get that slide right there in between Garberville and Redway. I don't know if you know that little road there that you could take instead of 101. And yes, several times part of that has fallen and blocked the road that I remember. And then, yeah, just slides in different places for sure. And we're famous for the roads up there too, right? Great roads. You picked up a lamb once, huh? Is that at the, you didn't like it? Where'd you do that, Juan? Juanito at the ranchito. Sissy, greetings. You was catching up on small town announcers and saw, oh, did you? Aha. That's pretty cool. Glad you caught that. Oh, um yeah, that was an honor to be on that. It was an exciting 9 days, and actually that's up in Juliana's area somewhat. And yeah, it's a great place. A lot of history there, and it's still very active. Actually, there's been some recent stuff that I've heard of, and yeah, when we were there, we had things happen. Heard some stuff. We usually hear stuff. Haven't had any full sightings, but there's some interesting timestamps that we showed some video clips on one of the last lives. from the Bluff Creek area, but also from the surrounding areas. There's an area called Devil's Elbow where we showed a weird Bigfoot-like creature. That's from one of my videos, and we'll be going through those on a Bigfoot night. But we got looks like we got aliens and UFOs lined up on the title I've seen. So 299. Oh yeah, the infamous isn't easy either. Yeah, in winter, our semi goes all week with my husband or BFF driving. Who? Hold on, let me run that one more again. Your semi. Hmm. Yeah, the 299 is infamous. I think there was two recent. Actually, there was one that I had read before going up. I believe I want to say was it in July or it was in the October trip, but there was a rollover of a big rig and some logs, and that didn't go well. And then I was explaining that to my boy Rowdy, and he was telling me about one. He thought I was talking about one that had just happened too that particular day. Actually, was another one. So I think there was two within a few days. I don't know if you remember that. And yeah, both were not good, I don't think. And yeah, I've heard a ton of stories from there. My queen, actually, her brother, rest in peace. He was a rad dude, let me tell you. And maybe we'll talk about him more one day. But he was a special man. And yeah, one time there was a wreck, 299. He was actually down. I think they were rafting on the river, and a wreck happened, and it was really bad. I don't know if they went over or what, but he went up to help. He was, I think, the first person there, and yeah, so many stories out of that 299. And we used to take that all the time going to the cabin up in Weaverville. Philip, boo, I see you. What's up? How's Washington? We're getting a weather report from everyone. Big rig semi, yep. And that's what you guys are driving, or yeah, Devil's Elbow history for, let's see, Devil's Elbow history for the namings of devil in so many places would be interesting. Yeah, yeah. No, Mr. Politis has gone in on that. He actually has a book, and we're talking David Politis, and it's called "The Devils in the Detail," and it gets into all that. I don't think I have that particular book. I have several of his books, but maybe check that book out. And the Devil's Elbow is right there, right? I think it's part of Hoopa. If not, it's right outside of it. And so that's what, 96. And it's an awesome swimming spot. You just have to hike down to it, but it has another name. And Brother Inker from Hoopa told us about it, and yeah, told us to go check it out. So people do go there. When I drive by, I notice cars there, but sometimes you could get it solo. We did. Queen and I got it solo that day, and it was a good time down there. And that's when I got that footage. I was down there recording, panning, and later we spotted something. Yeah, eek. So scary and real. 299. We're talking Highway 299, y'all. That will take you. Let's see. People might know the town of Reading more. Um, I know I was describing it the other night that it kind of takes you over to Shasta, but yeah, it takes you over to Reading, and from Reading you could go north just a bit to Shasta. And yeah, I've heard some interesting stories online also about Highway 299. Uh, there was one about what do they call them? It's like, oh, it's Flannel Man is what they call this particular. I don't know if you'd call it a cryptid, but more like a seems more like a ghost or something. But yeah, I've heard stories of Flannel Man, and there's one that I heard out of 299, and it was yes, snowy, stormy night, and these dudes were driving into Weaverville, I believe, and they noticed this weird guy, pretty big, with like I think it was a red flannel. Wonder if it was a Pendleton. Love my Pendletons. 100,000 subs. BD shaves his head. Oh, never that. I don't know. Mm-mm. I wouldn't even think about it. I used to shave my head actually. I could share some pictures. Yeah, that used to be the thing. Keep it clean, zero with the machine, and then eventually I let the fro grow. The microphone fro, and then that locked up. What's up, Richard? Coast to I-5. Yeah. And have you ever heard? We briefly. When was I talking about that? About I've heard about these underground caverns that go from Shasta, and they say pretty much like along 299 ish, all the way to the Humboldt coast. I believe there's a YouTube on that. We'll have to find that again. And then I was digging around. I was thinking, yeah, well, yeah, lava tubes and everything. Shasta's got a lot of stuff underground, a lot of interesting stuff out of Shasta, right? But yeah, I found out also Redding has a bunch of stuff under it. So I figured, all right, well, if Redding's got stuff under it, I would imagine that Lassen would too. That things would connect to Mount Lassen, the Cascades, that range of volcanoes. Hmm. Yeah, Slender Man, Flannel, Hat Man, all these. I like Siren Head's pretty scary. Coast to Ghost. Yes, sir. Juan says, remember when the movie Slender Man came out? Oh my God. What a disaster. I haven't seen that. Thank goodness. I haven't watched too many movies, actually. I can't get myself to sit down and watch movies. It's got to be really good. I've heard of a few good ones that I should watch, but do you guys watch movies? Philip says Shasta is literally a boomer, kaboom, volcano, green lava. Oh, yeah, that's a good emoji there. There's a special YouTube emojis. It's got that volcano with the erupting face. Juliana says the pizza crust is only 11 miles at the thickest. Yum. Philip, pictures of Lassen. Let's see. Have you seen the pictures of Lassen erupting over 100 years ago? No. Spectacular pictures. There's even a video. What? Whoa. We got to check that out. I'm sure it's on the YouTube, right? Triops. Shasta has cool lava tubes. So does San Diego, really. We went to a few raves in the undergrounds of San Diego. Damn. Super cool. Yeah, I've gone to some SoCal raves back in the day out in the desert. Yeah, Condense. What's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, every now and then. Close Encounters of the Third Time of the yeah, the third time. Of the third kind. Yeah, it is. I remember that one when I was young. And has anyone ever spotted the Lockheed Martin trucks in the background of Close Encounters? We were talking Easter eggs earlier today with Jessica. I mentioned, oh yeah, Easter eggs in movies. I like to find those or learn about those. And I think that I guess you could consider that one there, right? Oh, Richard. See, Richard knows where the aliens are at too. He knows where the Bigfoots are and UFO alien base, Mount Hayes, Alaska. Uh oh. You're killing me, Smalls. You know what's funny? There's some people that were in that movie, that Sandlot, right? Yeah, we had I knew one of those people. We knew I gotta remember. I'll get that story right and find out what the whole story was. But one of those kids, uh, Philip, have you been to Mount Hayes? Richard asks. Check out who the main shareholders are for PG&E. Oh, dun dun dun. Here, do we have a dun dun dun? Oh, we don't. Gotta work on these effects. All right, let's see what we got going. The past few nights, we've been checking out vids, some of my clips, some stuff shared. I think a couple here and there. Actually, Tina C, a follower locally here, shared a little clip tonight, which I'm still checking out. Uh, she had some family members out towards Long Beach, LBC, my where my dog's at. Um, yeah, it's hard. It was a hard one to tell. It was orb like, but their family members recorded it. They felt like it was weird, so they seen two other ones. I seen one for sure, but it's a little hard because they're in the car and they're moving, so gotta check that out a little bit more. We did have a little action tonight outside the shop. During the day I did a little bit of checking out of the skies and didn't notice too much, but I did notice some different type of spraying. So sometimes they'll spray and it'll linger around and form into different weird forms and stuff. And sometimes they'll spray and it doesn't linger. And they say those are the cons, but I question it also because so a bunch of planes are just going around doing the con thing because yeah, there's several quite a bit. Just like when they do it and they leave it, it's a bunch of them just all over the place, zigzagging, exiting, you know, and it's kind of the same thing. So I wonder if it's a different formula that they're using there, different application maybe. Psst, psst. So missed. Let's see, I don't have them in order, or I didn't title them either. So I'm gonna have to see. I'll put this in preview. Let's see if we could set this up. We'll just have to. I'm gonna skip through them. Boop. Yeah, we got quite a bit lined up.
Look at all that, and then that's the fire there.
Or day before was it? Yesterday. See, today it wasn't like that. It was a lot more clear. All right, we'll just go through some of these videos and I'll just touch on them. Right here, we got you ever get these little black, grayish, see-through orbs? Yeah, I trip out on those. I don't think it's out of focus. It seems to be a nice, perfect circle there. You can see those knot clouds. I was focusing on something else, but that happened to just boop, dart by there. That's outside of the shop as well. So yeah, I wonder if that's a whole different type of you know anomaly. I think it's different than those fast movers or the white or silver orbs. Is that one of those more of a spirit orb? Because I think there might be a difference between some of the orbs. I don't know though. The spirit orbs, I call them spirit orbs, like the ones you usually see at cemeteries or inside of haunted places. And yeah, you could catch them outside too, for sure. Let's see, what's this one here? So this was a fun one that we uh been checking out, and I kept it on here just because I really like that this weird drone was up and seemed to been checking me out. I was checking him out, but while I was checking him out, this I'll call it an orb. There's a little loop around the right by the drone there, like it's checking it out. So yeah, that's one of those fun ones. It was weird, and then the drone just took off, and when it took off, uh, it took off far, like in a weird direction where I don't think must have came from like the other side of the freeway if someone was flying that. I think it didn't took off. It didn't take off towards the direction I would have thought, because there's a couple guys that are been known to fly drones in the area outside the shop, and they were a different direction. So, and I've had a couple of those mystery drones like that on footage. I got footage of them, and with anomalies like that happening. Oh, yeah, we've seen that the other night. This one is, yeah, Yeah, some of these I kept loaded up. Let's see this one here. Oh yeah, that's the Orby.
There it is. This one's moving pretty fast.
Getting stuff on the side right here. Right there, fast movers.
That's headed towards the mountains if it keeps going straight like that. See you later. Yeah, seems like a pretty active day today too for Monday. Stay tuned.
People have been talking about the egg. It's been a thing lately, so I don't know. Some of these orbs, I call them orbs, but see, they could like phase in and out, it seems like, and they change shape. And so sometimes it'll be eggy shape. We showed some the other night that were tumbling. This one just seems to be powering up every little once in a while there. So yeah, and the egg. Any thoughts on that? Anyone been following the egg situation? This one was another good one where it's just a frame of a second that the object's there and it's just gone. SoCal Air Show, and yeah, I don't know. This one could be a fast mover. Just it's there for a second. There's several of those at this air show. There's a whole lot actually happening at that air show there. But again, these things could just blink in and out. And there's actually, I think, an orb right there. Look on the right side, right top corner that pops in for a frame also. A little breakdown there. Couple birds in this one actually. You can tell, but bird back there. And your military presence. A few more birds, but some fast movers did go through there. So any time stampers out there, feel free to chop that clip up. Check out what we're meaning. Yeah, this is another quick one. Seems like just a white object. And I don't think it's lens flare, although, you see some reflection there on the airplane, but yeah, in the clip, it just zips by. Like we've seen many other objects do. So keep your eyes out next time you're flying on a plane. Quick. All right. That one there, I like these objects. So I don't know if they're fast movers or not, but that's got a little bit of silver on the top of it, and it's got like a black bottom, it seems. And yeah, the intro clip that I played, there's a one of these choppers flying by, and one of these objects dips right in front of it, right in the front of it, goes right by it. So if you pay attention to the intro, you'll see another one of these types of objects there. And there's more of these clips with these types of objects. Like I say, I question if it's the fast mover type. The fast movers do seem to be able to maneuver in strange ways, so it very well could be. You can see it there on the left, towards the left of the screen. And it seems to be just dropping right behind the chopper there. And it's at a fast rate of speed that's completely slowed down and outside of the shop. All right, here's some more fast mover clips and a beautiful predator bird. You know, some ghetto pigeons, like a crow there too. Get a few birds, but pay attention. You'll get some anomalies going by too. Let's see if it loops. There, that was towards the end there. Another flyby. I've seen several go by there. Once you start spotting these things, you tend to see them all the time. There's another orb, which are pretty common also. They've been hiding lately.
Yep. Let's do it live.
Ah, what's the chat saying? I'm way behind here, so Juan remembers seeing orbs with your girlfriend, and then some dude south of us in Washington caught them on a camera too. The same ones, but only ran into the video 4 years later. Interesting. Yeah, Richard never knows what he watches. Yeah, dude, jump on here. Why don't you I should set up the hotline, huh? Yeah, this thing is set up to take calls. Gotta figure that out. I'll have to get a number. Oh, wild man stepped in the room. What up? Salute. Boom. Sharing links right on. Nana. Was I an athlete at one time? They see stuff like balls going in slow motion to them. Kind of like how you spot this stuff. Huh. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah. Like the ball players will see stuff and so they could like figure stuff out. Hmm. Yeah, and so Sunday we'll be on with Midwest night watchers. I believe it's going to be 6 p.m. Pacific. And so jot that down on your calendars. Latchkey Hustle is going to be on. And yeah, Latchkey, I really yeah, I can't wait to hear what he says. Yeah, he's really good at expressing what he sees and what he's experiencing, and he captures a lot of this stuff. He has a good eye, just like many of you do. Yeah, so it's always fun to get together and talk about things. Juan's requesting more cowbell. Yeah, it's another sound that we need to load up here, huh? Some cowbell. Yeah, there's a couple clips from tonight that I was trying to load up. Hopefully we could find them. Next time I know to title all the videos again, even though that takes a little bit of time. It'll it'll be better than scrolling through them like I did. But it's all right. This is no organized show here. Let's see if we could find those clips from tonight, because I thought they were pretty cool and interesting, and I think you guys should yeah, you guys always, you guys that share, post, uh get out there in the field. I like to come to you guys for my latest cryptid and UFO news and stuff like that. Seems like a lot of the mainstream channels are just not touching on what's happening out there. I don't think you guys have a lot of good content, and it's not being uh yeah, talked about. I think everyone's, you got UFO, if you got Bigfoot activity going on. Hey, we should know. I want to know. And let's see. Yeah, it's a bummer if I didn't. So what I could do here is probably delete a few also, or I could reload. I try reloading those clips. All right, we got one here. Yeah, like Tina tonight shared that with me, so that's like if it is some sort of strange anomaly that they captured, and it's good to know that news that something happened there recently, and like some of the information I got from up north, some Bigfoot activity, and hopefully we get that permission or somehow get to share that Bigfoot news. It's kind of hard sometimes asking people to jump on, or sometimes getting permission to be able to share their whatever it is, content or experience. All right, videos loading up. So this one was right outside of the shop. It was tonight, a little before 6 o'clock. I think it was like 5:55, and I noticed the stars were popping out. Pretty clear skies tonight. I was scanning with the psionics a little bit ago and didn't spot anything, but it's a pretty nice night out for sky watching here. All right, here we go. Dang it.
Acting a little strange there. I don't don't think that's a satellite. That's moving. Zoom out a little bit. Satellites blink on and off like that.
I don't know. It was blinking on and off like I don't know. It was not a reflection, in my opinion. But let's see. Diesel's filmed in the snow. Whoa, I'm way up there. Look at that. Got to scroll down and more. Let's see. There we go. Lowrider Orbs looking for tacos al pastor. Oh yeah. You know what? That yeah. I was gonna say something about pastor. Super interesting how that came. That's a Lebanese thing, right? That was introduced to Mexico. It's like a Lebanese fusion type deal in there. But yeah, people love it. People will put the pineapples on each side or the onions. Have like a top, shave it off. Yeah, just be careful where you go. Have your el pastor, as Tom Petty would have said, free falling. Mr. Big Red Dog, what's up? Cheers. You chiefing one up? Juanito. That is a deck drop and looks fast than 90 120 at free fall. I know who you talking about. Guy's named Bruce Sees All at Nana Anna. He mysteriously died recently. Whoa. Sovereign got the drop on everyone. He's a great news source there. You should start like a news thing on your channel, Sav. Update everyone on the latest happenings in all realms. Firewater, there you are. You were headed to bed. Next thing you know, you're feeling awake again. Uh-oh. Hope we're not keeping you up. We're just hanging out here. Right on, Mr. Big Red Dog. It looks like some fuego also. That's always good. Yeah, I got a little ready here too. Had some earlier. So Sav, while I have you here, I know you probably got a jet at some point. Um, Sav gave me a little confirmation. Sovereign, he's out there. We all know that. That's why he's the wild man. And he was kind of giving me a wink, wink, because I remember talking to him about this case a while back, and I'm sure he remembers when it happened. And I was trying to touch on it the other night, and I was trying to read the article and da da da, and I was having trouble. But yeah, so all these UFO activity, outside the shop, there's latchkey over towards the mountains. It's a big thing here in LA. We know, Sovereign knows. And so yeah, I believe it, It's like, yeah, it's almost any day you could go out, and if you look hard enough, you probably have something happen. Um and sometimes when you're not even trying, things will pop up. Uh so what is happening here? Of course I question myself. And there's been, yeah, stuff in history. We touched on what was it briefly, the Battle of LA, and just all this historical stuff having to do with UFOs, even on down to like UFO cults, and you know some of the big ones are out here. Uh, and there's a lot of them in California, and just all these different things having to do with aliens and craft, and yeah, gets deep. But I also feel there's like a whole commercial, like a mainstream of this stuff. And yeah, you'll see, the conferences and I don't know, just different groups and stuff. And everyone has their, I don't want to say agenda, but their, what's the word? Yeah, whatever, everyone's out for their own thing. And so yeah, I've gone to some of these gathering, these groups. Wildman has, and they're interesting. Well, salute Terry. Yeah, good to see you, brother. Hope you're well, bro. We're holding it down out here in SoCal. Things have been, I know you've heard, and yeah, it's not normal, bro. Um, so keeping the head on the swivel. Um, yeah. So just so much in this topic, and yeah, you could get caught up in all types of rabbit holes. And yeah, I just try to play play it as it goes, like whatever happens happens. I've never had like little green beings come off of a ship or anything like that. But I do believe some of these objects are possibly beings themselves. Some of them could be drones and not ours. uh yeah, I wonder. And so right now the hot one is the egg, right? So we showed a few clips there of some of these objects that could be something along those lines, because they, change shape, sometimes like egg like. Sometimes they seem to cluster up too. It look like a cluster of orbs. Um, but yeah, they morph. They could morph and like I say, phase in and out of my sight. So is that going in and out of dimensions, or that's what I would imagine something would look like if it did. Ooh, let's check out some comments. Juan and Nana chopping it up. Yeah, Mr. Big Red Dog, definitely. Oh yeah, Triops 100. That's another one that comes to mind. I seen a documentary on it recently. I went in and checked some of it out, and yeah, that was a super interesting one. Also because remember we were talking about the Nike swoosh being possibly the ring of Saturn. They said, I believe they were all wearing Nike Cortez. Esse. Am I right about that? Wild man, is Wild man in here? Paging Wild man to the chat room. Sovereign, Cosmic Wild man to the chat room, please. Yeah, one love, Terry. Appreciate the prayers, sending those vibes out to wherever it's needed out here as well, and always keeping you all in mind. I when I do my thing, I keep I send prayers out for all of you. Don't get Juanito started. He'll get his black eyed peas on. Let's get it started. So trip out on this. Will I am from the Black Eyed Peas. He grew up, so from where the shop is, we're on Olympic Boulevard. If you keep going down Olympic, like towards down, like you're heading towards downtown, there's a projects there, and a particular gang runs that projects. There's several there's several gangs all over the place there. But yeah, there's just projects right there. And that's I believe Will I Am grew up there. So a lot of the people, know him from back then. And yeah, I hear, every once in a while he still comes around. He gets a lot of love still. And yeah, one time that my boy Rilla, who DJ'd for Scarab from the Living Legends, he knew several of the Black Eyed Peas, and through my boy Rilla, we were able to get into their studio. They had a studio here in Atwater, and this is, they were known, but they weren't as big as they are now. And yeah, it was Will I Am there, and he was in a different part of the studio, but he came in, checked with us, let us do our thing. We're in there uh, having fun, and yeah, he gave me a floppy disk with some sounds for my drum machine. Might have that somewhere still. Yeah, Wild Man here. Remember when Will I Am's group used to be called At Band Clan? Wow, it's going way back. And yeah, some of those other guys I used to see around too, in Hollywood, way back, even before the whole studio hangout thing. It was years before that, and it was those guys. Smells like funk. It must be us. You lighting something up, Triops? Will I am is a robot, man. Yeah, no, he's a cool dude, and good for him, man. I'm glad they're, doing their thing. I didn't, I like their underground stuff, but I didn't really follow much of their music after that. Of course, the stuff, the mainstream stuff that you hear, you hear it because whatever they're playing it in places that you could hear, but I didn't, follow up with all that stuff. A lot of good groups out here. Wildman knows. I was actually listening to some Cool Keith earlier tonight. So yeah, Wildman. The so we're touching on the Palisades, all these objects, different situations, the disasters going on. So the theme of like underground started popping up in my head, like things underground, because Latchkey Hustle had just recently posted a video showing, I think it was some of these fast movers coming out of the hills, or, in his area, and he's not far from Pasadena ish, so area. So I keep NASA JPL in mind, and those mountains there. We were talking Mount Wilson, did a little tour of the observatory, seen some of these objects up there on the mountain. So, what could be in the mountain, I always think about when the towers, they live signal. And then also that Wildman mentioned that there's something maybe under those towers. And then I also think about that, the NASA JPL, there's like a dry bed there where I'm sure when it rains it probably, fills up, and then it connects to, I believe it's a dam, and that's, if I'm not mistaken, the Devil's Gate Dam, where Jack Parsons and the Babylon Workings, Aleister Crowley, who was it, L. Ron Hubbard, and somehow Aleister Crowley got in the mix, and so all these different things. And when you get into that, there's, we were mentioning about the Colts. Uh, who is it? L. Ron Hubbard, you know, comes to mind, and so all these little things. So I'm just kind of giving you a little insight on some of my thoughts, and some of the stuff that's popped in while thinking of this stuff, and also documenting these videos that we've been showing. And so hang tight. Let's see if we could do this. All right, so there's the article. Video is not up. I was gonna actually try and see if we could play the video and then maybe stop it and comment and and all that stuff. And but anyway, I would suggest if you're really interested, because this is a fascinating case here. And Sal, I don't know if you remember this one. You're out here in SoCal. What's up, Hillbilly? Seem to have been into some thelema business. I don't know, thelema. But no, yeah, whatever it was, seemed like some dark stuff. You know, some say maybe that Devil's Gate Dam is some sort of portal to the underworld. Sal's heard a few times about dams. Radio towers are cover ups of past underground. Nana, you had grandparents in the old town, Hollywood, right off Sunset, I think, huh? Went to the observatory. Oh, yes. But I regret I never went to the tar pits. Yeah, I haven't. I've been to the tar pits before, but just briefly. And I want to say as a kid. But yeah, more as a maybe I think it was in my 20s when I went and just checked it out briefly. But I want to go do a video there for sure. We'll go do a video on that. Just need to save up a few gas dollars and check that out. And once again, that's having to do with stuff underground there. Was it Schwarzenegger, Last Action Hero? I was at the La Brea Tar Pits. Oh, so look, totally wrong case. This is the Malibu base. I pulled out the wrong one. So yeah, that comes up. Malibu, possible alien base off there, right? And then, whoops, let's get out of here. Boom. This is the one. Yeah, but check that Malibu base also. So right next to Malibu is the Palisades. And so this guy has this weird life where there's no records of him having a job. He collected all these weapons, tons of um, ammo, lots of money. The lady who was his, I guess his wife. Let's see, I'm not even sharing it. The lady that was his wife said that basically he had convinced her and like brainwashed her to buy all these weapons. And because yeah, they were questioning how did he have the money to get all this, but then the story gets into that he possibly worked for a three-letter agency and just had this real mysterious life. And he eventually uh, ended up like I guess sick or something like that. Didn't want no medical attention and was left in his car like down the block from his house. And the wife, I guess, took off to Oregon while this was happening because she was freaking out. And when she came back 10 days later, he was still in the car and just you know falling apart, like decomposing. They said it was bad in bad condition. Um, they also mentioned that supposedly he was supposed to be picked up by some ETs, which never happened. I mean, they didn't take the body. Maybe they took his soul. I don't know. But yeah, very mysterious. ABC 7 found an alien base. Yeah, Philip, you should check that out. People have talked about it. People have mentioned being able to see it from Google, and we showed the map. Let's see if we still have the map. Boom. Oh, let's take that out. Right there, Richard. I mean, Philip. Excuse me. Yeah, Richard's still in here. His wife said he was a spook, right? I'm not sure. And Wildman might be able to elaborate a little more. But Philip, there's the map. They say you could check out. So dude had like a bunker with cameras and guns, but that's just sounds like any whack job. Juan. So I heard, I don't know, I haven't tried, but they say Google censored this area now. So I don't think you could look this up anymore, is what I heard from Dr. Robert Shipe over at Custodian Files on YouTube. And I recommend you guys, I always pitch his channel and salute to him for shouting Latchkey and I out today on his latest video. And I recommend you checking out his channel if you haven't, because he gets into these fast movers we're talking about and some of these objects I was trying to show. If you're not picking up on the objects going by, Custodian Files on YouTube does really good breakdowns. And even today's video, uh, he focused again on him mentioning uh, that these objects seem to be coming from the Jetty Rocks. And if you don't know, Dr. Shipe is in Marina Del Rey. So that's just a little south of the Malibu and Palisades and all that area. And so he's right on the coast as well. So technically not far from this supposed base. And the fact that he's saying that he believes they're coming from the Jetty Rocks. So are they coming from the actual rocks or maybe from inside of the water around the rocks? And he does extensive breakdown on this stuff. So check him out. And that's what, another person that came to mind that's in the area that's having constant activity and the mention of underground something. Now, the reason why I mentioned the Palisades case is because the disaster and it's close to this Malibu base. And his, I guess, wife claimed that he was some sort of alien hybrid, which is strange. I thought, and I thought I'd just mention that. Maybe it's something we should keep in our notes, as we move forward in all this. Um, so yeah, anyone ever heard of that case there? And let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. I'll throw a few of the comments up here in case anyone's watching later. Go ahead and scroll through there and excuse me if I'm missing anything. It's keeping on track here. I'm glad I didn't read the article because that would have been it's pretty long. So that would have been extra boring. Let's see. South seen orbs come out of that area in the ocean, fly above my house in the Temecula, Cali years back. Yeah, and we were talking about Temecula the other night. Did you hear about the underground electrical explosion that happened in Temecula? I think it was it yesterday or the day before? That was the same day, I think, day before that the Hayes fire, the Hughes fire, the Castaic fire broke out. So, and then I heard some sort of fire in San Diego. So I don't know if that's the Temecula one that people are talking about. But that underground electrical explosion was interesting because they said it was in some sort of how did they describe it? Some sort of something to do with underground. So again, it was some sort of electrical explosion there. So did I see? Did I pull that up? Let's take a look here. Checking. I'm pretty sure I did. Let's see. Do. Right here. Temecula underground electrical explosion draws emergency response. Sal, any word? Juan's on a roll here with the comments. I'd say you're feeling a little better, Juan, since you're commenting. It's good to see. And Juan always has his opinions. Oh yeah. Let's see. There's an old video, maybe 10 years ago, of a UAP going into the ocean and eventually coming back. Oh yeah, there's been plenty of those. We've gotten stuff off the ocean as well near Catalina. Showed that video clip just the other night. I think we did that a couple times. But yeah, that's that Temecula situation. Didn't hear more coming from there, and thankfully it didn't turn out to be worse. That could have been really bad. So yeah, all right, we're on the coast still. Just dipped to Temecula really quick. What else did we have for the coast? Hmm. All right. So we were also touching on the Devil's Gate. Jump over there really quick, which isn't far. This is more towards the mountains. And you can see the title there, Pasadena's personal portal to hell, Devil's Gate. And you could just, yeah, look up Babalan workings. Jack Parsons. And you should get some more information about this Devil's Gate and what they were doing there. And it is on the list to go check this place out. So we will be going here soon. Now with the situation that happened up that way, I don't know this area how it's been affected or if they're people are even allowed through here. I'm sure most likely, but I haven't checked, so that'll be something we'll have to look into. Let's see here, Sal. Another link of Temecula electrical underground fire. All right. Yeah, what do you think about that, Sal? Yeah, Richard. So yeah, underground. What else is happening underground? A lot of stuff. And while all this was, going through my head, some videos also popped up at the shop. having to do with certain beings and entities living underground. I was like, oh, perfect. So it's not only these objects that seem to be going in and out of mountains, volcanoes, water. And then where are we going? Let's see. Some more stuff on NASA. The occult history behind NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. And even what is it, Warner von Braun, who was yeah, one of those special people, became part of NASA. So, hmm. And yeah, I think those people are still around. Some say maybe in Antarctica, and that they had the technology, uh the UFO technology, some sort of UAP UFO technology. I believe that as well. It's very possible. I wouldn't doubt that. And so, what else are they up to these days? I think a lot of what we're seeing probably has to do with maybe some of their workings. Just a lot. I don't know. Just a lot for me to take in, right? Just so much, so many angles you can go. I'm telling you, these rabbit holes. And we're all over the place here. So, Pasadena. Yeah, we did have a little clip from Pasadena too. Let's see, pull that up. There was a particular night I had gone to Pasadena to check out some things. Have this go by. And I figured it was an anomalous
Alright, I was
object.
just doing some recording with my phone. I was able to grab the psionics here.
I figured it was an anomalous object because it was in front of knot clouds there. And there's several more behind them, it looks like. And yeah, Pasadena, JPL, not far at all from there. That was actually right near, got that footage right by City Hall there. Beautiful City Hall, and definitely an old world structure. All that area right there's got a lot of trippy buildings. And yeah, it makes me wonder. I wonder what else was up in the Altadena area that might have been of the old world like that, because Pasadena is full of it. So what else is, under these old world buildings? We believe they go a lot. The buildings go a lot further under the ground than what you see from above. So again, what's going on underground? I wonder. And that NASA JPL, I think we do have footage from there. Let's see if we could load that up. I went, was it a couple years ago? I think it was. So you're not getting audio right
It's
now.
like we got a house here,
No audio on your end, but
and this is a residential area, cul-de-sac. I had to
it's a
park up the street.
residential area,
I
cul-de-sac.
actually went around the way here. It led me to the GPS led me to actually the front entrance to NASA JPL. There's armed guards there and everything. They had me turn around.
Definitely, sissy.
Anyway, this property is interesting because it's
Yes, thank you, Sal. a link
fenced
there.
off
Then we were
here,
also
and
mentioning all the
it's
underground stuff under
property
LA.
of Los Angeles, but it looks like a residential home there. Then you got these couple structures back here. Anyway, some nice houses up in the hills there. And we got another one of these old bridges. We were just at Suicide Bridge, and same style, except for that you don't have it all fenced up and protected like the other bridge. What's up, Sharon? Back on the phone? No worries, man. Catch me later. I'll catch you later. It's all gravy. So anyway, yeah, I'm talking about this particular bridge here. It's very similar to the other one. Jose, what's up, Red Eye? Those old style lampposts too. It's County of Los Angeles flood district. And there is looks like a reservoir here with not much water. And that's NASA and JPL over there. Almost see the sign. Let's see if we can focus here. Raulito, what's up, brother? We're checking out NASA's their spot over here in Pasadena. NASA, JPL, I believe, also Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And for those that don't know, I would recommend you guys doing some digging on Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons. Who else was part of that? L. Ron Hubbard, and the type of stuff they were doing and what was going on here in Pasadena. Terry Brown, good afternoon, sir. The stuff that they were doing here in Pasadena and some of the houses and residential areas. I forgot where someone went in on that whole topic really good. And yeah, it's just a bunch of like occult stuff, rituals, you name it. And they're still here now, these guys. Who knows what NASA's up to these days? I'm not too sure. But you guys drop any information in the comments. We are definitely interested. Tina's welcome. So yeah, when I pulled up to the front gates, I was like, oh, here we go, right? And they already, as soon as they looked at me, they're like, oh. So they were like, can we help you? I said, yes, I'm a brown dwarf and I'm here to investigate the facility. They said, get the hell out of here. Anyway, there it is, you guys. I don't know. We might stop by the Cecil Hotel and give you guys a look from the outside. Yeah, if you guys have any more stories from Pasadena or just Los Angeles or California, let us know in the comments. Maybe we'll explore it. Let's check this out. It's cool. Someone left their hat here. So this leads to the Arroyo Seco, Rose Bowls, 0.9 miles, La Cañada, Verdugo Road. A lot of history here. There's a tunnel. Nah, that I believe what the Groom Lake and no, that's in Nevada, which is maybe from here 4 or 5 hours. So it's not too far. But yeah, over those mountains, you go over those mountains and then you get into Vegas and everything is over there. Southeast. Anyway, take another look. But yeah, no, there's all types of stuff we could dive into here locally, I'm sure. Just taking you guys through some of the basics, I guess. Once again, NASA. Wes. Cool. Well, here's another little short live. Something interesting. You guys do your NASA JPL homework, find out what's going on. And then you guys got the suicide bridge to look into. And we'll see if we make it to the Cecil. And I know Paranormal Highway is going to be on at what, 5:30 or something like that. We'll check him out. Glad everyone joined. What's up to everyone? If I missed you, it was reading the comments. And if you guys got any suggestions for anything, let me know. Always interested in hearing cool things. Yo, Steve. What's up, Wolf? All right, you guys. See you in a bit. Peace.
There you are. Activate the camera. Thank you, camera. Yeah, so NASA. What is it? They say never a straight answer. All these different things. And so I was mentioning the old buildings, the old world topic with this in Pasadena. And we've been talking about the events happening right now. So check these two videos out. And it's a trip because this uh recent the Fire Games trilogy, I want to say came out right, it says here 2 weeks. So it was like right before stuff really started kicking off right out here. And yeah, the fire theme is a big one with this old world topic. So yeah, this is my lunch break. And maybe this could give you a little insight on what may be going on as well, as far as these fires happening out here. And does anyone ever have lunch break? You guys check out the lunch break? No, maybe. What's up, Tex? Hey, buddy. Let's see. Boom. When do you want to come on and go over that footage? Anytime, Tex. So Sunday we're gonna be on with Midwest Night Watchers at 6 p.m. And then yeah, pretty much open after that anytime, whenever it works out for you best. Just give me the heads up and I'll coordinate things on my end. We'll make that happen. Let's see, what did brother Terry say? Oh yeah, we're way up. Ooh, we're way up. See, that's what sucks with this. So when I tap out of the chat, it bumps me all the way almost to the top. So I have to scroll all the way down, catch up. Yes, Philip. Yeah, we were mentioning that earlier, but does that mean those areas that have been affected will have slides and stuff now? Something we're talking about. Let's see, where do we go next? All right, we're getting through some of this. It's like I said, it's just all over the place. I'm not expecting to make sense here. It's just putting stuff out there that has come across my table, and maybe and I know some of you could elaborate more on some of these things. Where was I going next? Let's see. LA's dark. Okay, so with the whole Palisades thing and the underground stuff, some people were mentioning about certain celebrities and their homes being for sale, and I don't know. But there's also been talks about, certain celebrities having tunnels connecting to the Playboy Mansion and stuff like that. Certain homes out there connect through the underground. One of the latest ones was the talks of the Playboy Mansion. And there's that map there that was, I forget who was it that, let's see. Yeah, a courtesy picture by Playboy there of the map. And so some people were also mentioning with the recent P. Diddy case that supposedly there's rumors that his place connected underground to the Playboy Mansion and all that. And I don't know. I feel some people said they debunked that. Who knows? But it makes you wonder because we did talk about the Getty Museum, and there's been rumors around that place and some sort of underground something. And, that place almost caught fire as well. So just like the NASA facility, the Getty Museum didn't catch fire. And they say, yeah, they really take measures to protect the Getty from floods and things like that. So interesting. And my buddy actually shared some of his personal footage uh, right at the Getty. Let's see. What else did I have for underground inside? Here we go. So someone mentioned earlier underground LA. I think Sal shared a link. And yeah, there's a whole thing right now. There's even a YouTuber locally here in LA who's had access to the underground LA tunnels. There's a whole an old railroad system that used to be under Los Angeles. And they do have a timeline when supposedly that was built and made and when they were using it, where it went. And it's very interesting to know that. And yeah, there's even like the Belmont Tunnel came up, which is a famous area out here. Actually, it's a well-known yard to go do murals and stuff. They say that was part of that old, I guess, rail system, train system that they had out here, and also, yeah, it makes you wonder how good that rail system underground was. If California is known for earthquakes, they must have really uh, known what they were doing, building like that underground. And then you guys were talking something Musk earlier. He's another dude who's well known for digging underground, right? And Ivy, what's up? Hola. And Bomber, good to see you. If I didn't greet you, I see you. So yeah, what's going on under LA? We've been having these mystery booms too. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fireworks going off, but yeah, lately we've been getting a lot more of those those trippy mystery booms. Keeping an ear on that. And yeah, we have some of those recorded as well. Let's see. And what happened here? I had other articles kind of loaded up here, and they all got a little mixed up, but we're getting through some of the main ones I wanted to touch on. I also wanted to look at when Los Angeles was founded. So when did they find Los Angeles? It says on September 4th, 1781, a group of 44 settlers known as Los Pobladores founded the Pueblo town they called El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora, la Reina de Los Angeles, the town of Our Lady, the Queen of the Angels. And yeah, I'd like to go in on yeah, the angels there. Super interesting. There's actually a hospital, well-known hospital. Some of you might have been born there. Where's Kata? Kiera. The Queen of Angels Hospital, which I don't think is no longer a hospital. I think they years back they changed it to, I think they called it the Dream Center. Went through several things. Last I heard the Dream Center, and I don't know what that was kind of trippy. And I do believe the Queen of Angels is also in old world building. Um yeah. Uh-oh. Not sure what Chad's chopping it up about, but we're gonna keep it moving here. What else I got? Glad I haven't muted myself. And I, if I do happen to mute myself, if I happen to mutate, no, if I happen to mute myself, you know that the emoji with the speaker and the red circle and line through it. I usually do that one when people get muted. That one really, I think that'll get my attention. So, but I'm learning to keep an eye on that mute button there. These are just more stuff from Malibu there. And then, so one of the other events that have been popping up along with all this that I've been mentioning that's been coming to mind, it was a paradise situation because people have been comparing the events down here, comparing it to the Paradise, California situation. And then we talked about that weird little bit of information that we were told about of some supposed ET race that was supposedly wiped out in the Paradise situation there, which who knows, I have no idea, but it's super interesting. And so I was looking at a map and looking at Shasta because you hear Shasta having these beings living in the mountain and in surrounding areas. And then I was talking about Mount Lassen and how maybe there's connections under there with the lava tubes and all that. And we talked about Redding also having stuff under their caverns of some sort. Um, and so I was thinking, Paradise. So Paradise, I think it's like an hour and some change, a little less than 2 hours to north Mount Shasta. And I think from Paradise to Lassen is a little less. And you go inland a bit, I think south, almost like south, and I want to say maybe east a little bit. So not far. And recently there was so I was like, all right, checking into that whole situation. We did find a YouTube which has a whole lot of reading to do on it. So I need to catch up more on that particular video. But thanks to Wildman, we caught uh the video we're looking for, and he shared a link, and I'll get back to you with more info on that. But I think we shared that should be in the posts. So if you scroll through the posts, you might find a link or the actual video on there about the Paradise ET situation. And so I was looking up like anything having to do with strange activity like that in Paradise. And so recently there's been some UFO sightings out of there, and I believe there's several other ones before the situation that happened there. So, and I'm sure maybe through locals you'd get more information about stuff there. I'm sure there's a whole lot more than you could find going on. But yeah, I don't know. Anyone know anything about that? The Paradise and the ET connection? Benny Loco, I see you. No problem. You lurk. Yeah. So trippy stuff. Uh what else do we have of that area of Paradise? Let's see. We gotta take a little map here. I think on the map, I don't know if you zoom in. I don't know if it I know this one doesn't show any other. I was trying to get a map of uh Paradise, Shasta, and Lassen. Oh yeah. This is it's funny here. So well maybe not funny if it's real, but if it's not, it just goes to show up. Things kind of take off sometimes. So there's Vice magazine. I remember Vice when I used to like it when they used to print their papers and used to be able to get them for free. I don't know if they still do that, but and then I watched a lot of their documentaries and stuff. But there's one recently with I believe it's the main guy Shane, and he was just talking about how Vice kind of turned into what they didn't want it to. Just kind of became like a mainstream media source. But anyway, there's that there. Yeah, does his house or mansion connect to other places? I don't know. Let's see, Sal here shared the last time we talked about a reptilian underground city map from the guy who invented the X-ray machine. No evidence was found about it at all. Ah, and yeah, there's what was it? And I think it's the guy you're talking about. And we, mm, yeah, something else is coming to mind with someone digging some stuff underground and having to do with ETs, and I think it's out here in LA. So I think you're sparking something there, Sal. Bomber. Chatting to Philip there. And then let's see. Not sure we shared this one, but let's take a look. I think we did. Rumor has it that the Hollywood elite has access to secret tunnels under Los Angeles. I think that might have been probably referring to the Playboy. see this one. The underground catacombs of LA's lizard people. So not sure if anyone's gone in on this, but yeah, there's always been talks about these reptilians and supposed lizard people living under Los Angeles. And I thought at first, like, yeah, reptilians, reptoids. But when I got into this whole story here, from what I got of it, it was a race of humans. They say it was about 5,000 years ago, and I believe it was a possible Hopi elder that may have told some sort of uh, academic person this tale of these people living under Los Angeles. And I don't know why the native person they mentioned, that tribe wasn't from this area. I do remember that, and that these people were around 5,000 years ago, and that they revered the reptilian. And then the talks of like almost the ant people came up also, seemed like. But yeah, they weren't reptoids. And then the underground cavern or system that they lived in, they say was in the shape of a dragon, I believe. And yeah, parts of it are up in the Elysian Park area, which we were talking. There we go, Sal. Sal popping up the links, the hot links. So Elysian Park, we were just talking the other day with Wildman on how it's a good spot for UFO sightings. And I mentioned to him also that, yeah, some of the UFO groups do get together at that park. And that park is right by Dodger Stadium. So you're on a hill there. And so they're saying something about that hill. And so maybe it goes underground there too. Um, and I forget where it extends. It extends into like the downtown area of LA. And yeah, I'd like to maybe dig a little more. dig, Gonna dig a little further. But yeah, it seems like the more you dig, and literally the more you find. Like it's amazing. Just like it doesn't stop. We'll find or science. They'll discover a civilization and we think, all right, that's it right there. That's the main one. That's the oldest or whatever. But no, I think the more they continue to dig, the more we will find. And the El Sereno area, Philip, you're hitting it on the head. I could throw a rock over there. I was first visited. What? All right, visited by Europeans in 1769 when the Spanish overland Portola expedition. Let's see. Expedition passed just south of present day El Sereno in 1771. Mission San Gabriel. Trip out. Yeah, El Sereno is right there. And actually I showed on, we haven't done a video yet, but so we haven't shown. I'm wanting to show. There's those mission bells still. You could find some of those bells, and some of them have been I guess fixed up, or they're not the original ones, but those bells they say were used as markers for the missions as they made their way through California. And so yeah, I think they go up to Santa Barbara these days, and you can still find some of them along the way. And so yeah, there's some here still very close to. It's actually Alhambra, probably Alhambra, bordering El Sereno. And El Sereno, if you look into that word, it means fog, and we do get that fog out here. So yeah, we're like El Sereno, South Pasadena, Alhambra, just a little bit of ways. You get that Highland Park area. It's the east side. We got some sirens out there. I think I got a few more, couple of things to throw up here. So here's the, here we go. We got the, this should be helpful for that paradise. So there's a channel. And it's Missouri Mule. Is that how you pronounce it? Missouri? Missouri. Misery. Missouri. Her first name, I'm not sure, Juanito. I can tell you later. Right now, it's Dorf Show. No, it's all right. You chop it up, bro. Y'all stay active in the chat. Take care, Tim. Have a good night. We're about to shut it down here soon, too. Just going through a few more things. So, yeah, if you're interested in checking out that video, like I said, it's quite a bit of reading. But it's the extraterrestrial community attacked in Paradise, California. And right here is another channel I'd like to recommend to on the side of that video. You'll see LA 2.0 Smart City Plan will change California forever. That's the channel Brush Junkie. And she's been on top of a lot of the fire situations before everything was going down here. And she's on top of what's happening now. So definitely tap into her. Great channel there. Bomber says Missouri. You'd like to say Ms. Aura or Ms. Aura, but I guess it's Missouri or Missouri are fine too. Damn. Ha. Now you can hear my ha. Love you, love. Yeah, still been pretty dry out here today. It's actually still warm tonight. Showed earlier it was 78 degrees today. And tonight it didn't get chilly. Most nights it's been getting chilly. And tonight it's not happening. It's pretty warm, but I think it's gonna drop in temperature the rest of the week. Possible. I didn't see the rain. I just been hearing about it. Um, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, weird that it's a really warm night. Not sure how it is out in the deserts. Nana earlier mentioned about the observatory, and that was another location that has one of these old world buildings. I do believe it was John Levi, another great channel on the old world topic, who touched on the uh, observatory being an old world building. And yeah, there was recently, just the other day, a fire, brush fire right outside of there. Arson suspect was arrested. Um, Very strange. Once again, red flag, old world buildings. What's under the observatory? I know it goes under, been in there several times. Gotta go make another trip up there. Let's see. And it also made me think of the Greek theater, which is right nearby the observatory. Another old world structure from that Griffith Park area. And again, Steve Stockton did a whole thing on Griffith Park, the some of the legends and the history. Super cool to watch. As I grew up, not far from one of the entrances of Griffith Park. And Steve Stockton was actually on earlier, did a thing on missing people while on the phone. There is several of those types of cases. Super cool that he touched on that. And salute to Steve for letting me he made me a moderator over there at Missing Persons Mysteries and encouraging me to post my links there. So appreciate that, brother Steve. And this is the video I'm talking about here. This one's on their Tales Untold, which is his other channel. And the Legends of Griffith Park. And there's, you can see part of the observatory there. And we have done several videos up there as well. And this stuff was on fire not too long ago, west of the Hollywood sign, more on the west side of Hollywood. What is up with these fires, yo? That's what I'm asking myself. And yeah, a lot of people, I ask certain people, some people believe something's up. They know it's not normal, but everyone's just, focused on their grind still, just too caught up in the 9 to 5. And it just really, it feels like it doesn't give them time to really think about what really may be going on. All right. Oh, we got most of this done. I fumbled several times. Seemed like spirit was giving me a sign not to do certain things on certain nights. And so I got the message. I was like, all right, we'll just try this again later. It's all right. I had myself on mute. That was a funny one. But that night that I had myself on mute, I ended the show there, ended the live, and seriously, seconds after that, I started having internet service trouble with the internet, and that was funny that happened right after that. So it's kind of a good thing that maybe that all happened and we cut it there because we would have had maybe some buffering action going on. All right, let's see. I think that's about it for tonight. As far as these tabs, sites, and we'll be doing more of this as we get little bits more of information. I'm sure we'll get maybe some feedback uh, from you all later. And yeah, I really appreciate everyone hanging out. And yeah, maybe we'll go live from the shop tomorrow if something exciting happens, or I feel like maybe I get a little bored. But yeah, I want to wish you all a good rest of your morning, night, whatever you want to call it. Y'all stay blessed, stay safe, and we'll tap back in here soon. Much love, y'all. Here we go. Let's bang a little track on the way out. See if this works.